All right, I'm gonna keep this one really short. This is Caleb. This is a 275 clean and jerk, which I think was a PR. But this is a perfect example of somebody that's really, really strong and is lacking is missing out on a lot of weight he could be lifting. This should be 315, and I'm going to show you why. But he's got some really fundamental, common issues that we see in a lot of lifters, and if he were to straighten some of this stuff out and maybe get a little bit stronger in the midline, he'd be able to lift a lot more weight. So let's see what happens here. Starting out on the ground, he gets set up. Let's go into that first pull right there. So he's trying to get into a good position there. I'd like to see his hips a little bit lower. His hips are a little high, and he's either got a weak midline or it's because his hips are a little high, but you can see this kind of arched position on his back. And well, some of it has to do with the fact that it's really heavy weight, but he should be able to keep his back a lot tighter than that and not show that round position. The fact that he can get through that alone and make this lift is ridiculously impressive from a strength standpoint. As he drives back to the knees, he does a pretty good job sweeping that bar back, keeping his shoulders out over the bar and getting his hamstrings loaded. But again, his back is kind of round, kind of soft, so he's really lacking. Even though he's getting into a good position, he's really missing out on some power right there. And as he transfers up to the hips, he starts pulling his arms a little early, which is pretty impressive with this kind of weight. You can already see his heels are off the ground, and he's up on his toes, which is going to usually throw that bar forward. But in order to combat that, he just doesn't finish his pull. He just says, screw it, I'm going to not do anything except for curl the bar up. So right here, he already starts to go back under the bar, and you can see real clearly that he has not finished his pull. So his hips are still completely shut down, and he's just using his pure arm pull strength to pull himself under the bar. And surprisingly, lands in a perfect bottom position, maybe a little wide with his feet, maybe a little bit in with his knees. But other than that, he's got his vertical torso, he's got a good position. He's going to try to stand this up. It's close to his 1 rep max front squat. And so he gets a little bit knee in, but then he drives his knees back out. He stands it up. All right, now we're going to see some similar issues in the jerk. He dips. He gets a little bit up on the toes. His knees try to come in a little bit. He does a good job fighting that. But now he's up on the heels already. I would like to see this heel stay down until he's completely finished that extension. His heels should still be on the ground until he gets to about right there. Right there, that's when the heels should start coming up. He should reach full extension and then start moving those feet. But he's fast, he's athletic, he's strong, he's able to get under it into a good position. He tight ropes it a little bit and starts losing his balance a little bit. And right about here, I thought he was going to dump it into the TVs off to the left, but he managed to catch it and stabilize it and stand straight up. I'll let you watch that whole lift in slow motion one time. So he could have a lot more there. Just got to get some basic power positions kind of sorted out, get a little bit tighter in the midsection.